Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all keeping really safe in this absolutely crazy time that we are living through. Now, excuse me, I do apologise that I haven't been here for a while. There is a reason for that. I think it's actually been about 4 months, which there is no excuse for, and I apologise. I've actually been on a job and I've been really busy, and the start of the year has been interesting to say the least. I've had COVID. My sister has had COVID, my brother-in-law has had COVID. Very sadly, my cousin and my uncle died, and my father is currently in hospital after a bad fall about 3 weeks ago and has contracted COVID while he's been in the hospital. So our family has been quite busy, and therefore I haven't really been here. I'm sorry. So because I've been away for a while, I am itching to get my hands on some fantastic makeup, and today I'm going to be working with one of my favourite brands, and that is Too Faced. Now, I own quite a lot of Too Faced products because I just love their makeup. I think it's wonderful and fun. I love fun makeup, don't you? And the products I'm going to be working with today are the Hangover 3-in-1, which, if you don't know this product, it's a fabulous product. It can be used as a primer, it can be used as a setting spray, it can be used even just to have a refresh throughout the day. It's really lovely, tons of coconut water in it, and I love it. It really refreshes me. And then we're also going to be working with the Primed and Powerless, which actually is quite an old product of Too Faced, but they relaunched it last year and now it's like pore perfecting and it's got blur in it, and so I'm really looking forward to playing with this as well. Then I'm going to be working with my trusty old favourite, my Peach Perfect foundation. It's a medium coverage, but for me it almost gives like a full coverage. It's fantastic. I ditched Estee Lauder Double Wear. Sorry, Estee Lauder, for that one. We're also going to be working with the Better Than Sex mascara, which is a wonderful mascara if you've never tried that, and the Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner, which I feel is one of the best ones out there on the market. It's wonderful. And I'm very excited because I have been gifted, not by Too Faced, I must say, just by a friend, the Born This Way palette by Too Faced, and I'm really excited about getting my hands and my fingers and my brushes and everything into this because it's really exciting. It only came out last year, I believe, and I'm going to open it up just to show you the fantastic colours inside it. It's beautiful nudes, lovely metallics in there. Look at that. Did my ring light pick up in the mirror then? Props. It's lovely. It's got so many metallics there and a matte for every metallic as well. So what I'm going to do is I normally do when I'm testing out new palettes, I'm going to try different looks on each eye to kind of make the most of the palette and use as many colours as possible. Oh, look at that. What's that one called? Sparkling Rum. I like rum. Do I like rum? I don't know. But that is calling my name a bit, that one. I love that. Okay, so I've actually already moisturised my face. I'm using Botanics moisturiser at the moment. I normally use Ren skincare, but I fancy just going back to Botanics for a bit. I know it's Boots, I know it's budget, but my skin just works really well with it. So I've popped that on already, and I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Primed and Powerless to begin with. Now, if you like everything that you see that I'm working with today and you like me, you think I'm fun, then please do take a moment to hit the like button, to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get all my notifications. Okay, so here we go in with the Primed and Powerless Pore Banishing and Blurring Face Primer. Now, I'm normally a Benefit girl when it comes to my primer. I love Pore Perfection. I just think it's lovely. And I also do really like the e.l.f. Is it Mineral Primer as well? I really like the e.l.f. e.l.f. do great makeup for a budget brand. They're really good. So let's go in with this. So I'm just going to pop a little bit on my oh so rosacea cheeks. I don't use a colour corrector. I've never ever used a colour corrector. Is that hideously bad of me? I don't know. Okay, so there's quite a bit on there. And let's rub it in. Ooh. First thing I'll tell you is it smells glorious. So it's blending in nicely to my skin. It's spreading evenly. I do use fingers to put my primer on. I never use fingers to put my foundation on apart from on my forehead. Yeah, that's gone on really nice. It doesn't feel greasy. It feels quite smooth actually, and actually you can kind of almost feel the blur in it. So I think this is going to give quite a nice result. One thing I love about Too Faced products as well is their packaging. It's so pretty, pink, but not over the top. You know, it looks beautiful, and I do love a good packaging. I'm a sucker for it. Okay, so the next product I'm going to go in with is the Peach Perfect Foundation, this one here. And like I say, I switched from Estee Lauder to this because I just love it. It's a medium coverage, it smells amazing, it blends beautifully. It's I've used it quite a few times in lots of videos on my channel, so I'm just going to go ahead and plonk this on quickly. So like I say, I would never ever normally put foundation on with my fingers. I do for my forehead just because I find it a bit of a hard space to use a brush. I don't know why, it's Lindsay land, who knows. But for the rest of my face, I do use my brush because you have natural oils in your fingers. And if you use your fingers too much to put makeup on, that oil is just going to transfer straight onto your skin, into your products, and you're not really going to get a nice result. So that is all I use my fingers for. I always put a little bit more foundation on this side than I do this side. That's not my foundation brush. That's my foundation brush. Because, I don't know if you know this, you have one side of your face bigger than the other, slightly. So this side, I always put a little bit more foundation on so that I make sure I've got plenty to cover everything. And my foundation technique, I guess, is quite a little bit rough and ready, I guess. I like this brush. This is the MAC, I can't remember the number of it, but it's the MAC one. And I like this one because you can kind of swirl the foundation out in circular motions, but you can also buff it into the skin like this, which helps to give a really, really flawless finish. Now, I also put foundation on my lips just because I find it helps set my lipstick when I put it on. Yes, I could use a lip primer, but I don't feel that I need to, really. I have to tell you, I'm putting this foundation on top of this primer and it's beautiful. I forgot to also say I'll be using Papa Don't Peach as well from Too Faced. It's really beautiful. It's going on so smoothly. It's blending beautifully. Can you see that? Oh, we like. Okay, so the foundation is on, the Peach Perfect foundation, and it looks great. I have to say, on top of this primer, it looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go in and do a bit of contour now, and I'm going to be, I'm quite lazy when it comes to my contour, and I don't spend hours on it, but I do use this fabulous product. This is actually from Benefit. This is the Hoola Quickie contour stick, and it's a godsend in a tube. It's wonderful. And all I basically tend to do is, the one thing I will say, which I did also notice in several reviews when I bought it, is that the stick breaks quite easily. So I always keep it turned down quite low so that I don't have loads of product falling out. And I literally, on the cheek, well, just under the cheekbone there, and I go across my forehead and a little bit on my nose at the widest part, just so I can make it look a bit thinner. And with my foundation brush, I literally blend it in, and that is all I do for my contour. One thing about this Benefit Quickie contour stick is that it dries really quickly, so you have to kind of work quite quickly with it. My hair is going everywhere. I've got such bad lockdown hair. Look at it. Woo! Huge, huge, I tell you. So once your contours are blended in, you can see it's only a little contour stick, but it does wonders. So onto my highlight now, and I forgot to say earlier that I will be using a Too Faced highlight as well. This is the Too Faced Fancy Pink Diamond highlight. It's in elaborate packaging, which is a little bit elaborate for me. I'm a bit more of a simple girl than that, but it is a beautiful highlight. So I'm going to go in with my, I actually quite like quite a lot of highlights, so I use quite a fat sort of fan brush for this. I always, as you know, take off that excess. And again, you're just putting it onto the highest points of the face so that when the light hits your face, it really picks up that highlight. Highlighting my hair as well. Love, love. So on to blush now, and as I said earlier, I'm going to use the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach. It's a lovely peachy golden colour. There we go. Ring light. There we go. And as you can see, I've pretty much smashed it. So we're just going to pop that onto the apples of our cheeks quite delicately, because you can always build. I don't like to use too much blush on my cheeks. I'm quite grateful that I have quite high cheekbones, so I don't really need to make them stand out too much. So once I've done my complexion, I always set my makeup with a setting spray, and traditionally I always use Urban Decay's All Nighter, but I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 because it is also a setting spray as well as a primer as well as a refresh spray as well. Gorgeous. Oh, such an amazing smell of coconut coming from that. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go to my eyebrows next, and I use a variety of things for my eyebrows. Sometimes I just use shadow, and sometimes I use micro pencils from either Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love the Brow Wiz from there. I also love the NYX brow definer as well, the micro pencil. But today I'm going to be using the skinny definer from L'Oreal, so skinny that you can barely see it, but there you go. It's actually quite nice, this one. It's got the brush at one end and the pencil at the other. It kind of feels more of a velvet finish rather than a pencil finish like the NYX one. I've just dropped the lid on the floor as well. So I'm just gonna froth them up. Technical term. Now another thing I'm blessed with is naturally shaped eyebrows, which kind of run in my family. We're all quite blessed with that. So I just kind of have to fill in the blanks really with this pencil, which I'm going to do now. It's very, very micro, as you can see. So it's really good for just creating blades. And the trick with these kind of pencils is a really soft touch. So all I do is go along the bottom just to sort of carve out what my shape is. Fill in any quite sort of bare areas. Just very gently. You can always add, but it's a lot more difficult to take away. And then with the brush, I bring the hairs just down. And doing the same, just following the natural line of the brow. Just creating the shape and filling in any little bare patches. And then just brushing them into shape. That is literally all I do with my brows. I'm just going to do the other one. Okay, so eyebrows are done. Now, I'm not using any concealer today. Sometimes I use an under eye concealer like a lot of people do these days. But I don't use it every single day. I only use it on days where I think I need it. And today I think I'm looking half human because I've had a lot of sleep, because that's all anyone's doing really at the moment is sleeping and, you know, catching up. But when I do use a concealer, I used Tarte Shape Tape, which is an absolute cult classic. Everyone loves this product. It's brilliant. And it covers a multitude of sins. So that's what I do use. Okay, so here comes the fun part, the bit that I'm really excited about. I get my hands on this amazing palette. This is the Born This Way palette from Too Faced. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at the blind. It's gorgeous. Look at that. It's just packed full of every kind of nude colour you could want. Now, like I say, I'm going to try different looks on each eye, just because I want to make the most of this palette that I can and try and use as much colour as possible. So for my left eye, I'm going to go in with a quite light look. So I'm going to make use of the sort of lighter end of the nudes, seashell, shimmering pearl, sparkling sand, all those kind of more beigey colours. And then for the other eye, for the right eye, I'm going to go in a bit more of the dark browns and the pinks and maybe a slight dramatic look on that one. And let's create some fantastic looks. So for the first transition colour on the left eye, I'm going to go in with Seashell, which is that one there, because that'll be a really good base for bringing the whole look together, I think. And when I'm doing my eyeshadow, I always try and go for a bit of a foxy look, which is why when you see I'm doing it, I kind of push it all up. Whenever I'm doing my makeup, I always try and lift everything up, because I just think it gives a better sort of final look. Well, basically I'm 44 and still think I'm 24 maybe. Okay, so now I've got the seashell on. I'm going to go in with this cocoa colour up here, just to take it into the crease and make that pop a little bit. So let's take some of that. Actually, I'm going to use a slightly smaller blending brush on that one. So with the crease, you're just going to take it all the way through like this with a slightly smaller blending brush. Okay, and then with a bigger blending brush, you're then going to blend it out like this. Okay, so I've added cocoa to the crease line now, and I'm going to turn my attention to the lid. There are so many beautiful colours here, I just don't know where to start. I think I'm going to go in with the Shimmering Pearl, which is this colour right there. You can see that one there. Very beautiful. I think that's going to look lovely on the lid. So what I'm going to do, which I tend to do on my lid, is I tend to use my finger on my lid, or a very sort of small packing shadow brush. I was going to say eyebrow brush then, that's not right. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray a little bit of the Hangover 3-in-1 on my finger, which kind of acts as a setting spray, and it just makes the colour a lot more vibrant when it's actually on your eye. So I'm going in now to the Shimmering Pearl, which is right there. And I'm going to pack it into the corner of, oh my God, look at that. Oh my Lord. That is beautiful. Wowzers. Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. I feel like I spent half my life just going, oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. I'm such a magpie. Anything sparkly. That's really gorgeous. I love that. I actually have to put more on because I love it so much. Remember to blow off the excess, guys. You do not want a cheek full of glitter. That's so pretty. Love it. Now what I'm going to do just on the outer corner of the eye there, I'm going to use the Sparkling Sand, which is the next one down from it. So it should create a really nice sort of transition of colour mixed in with the cocoa and the seashell as well. Sparkling Sand. And we're just going to take that on the outer corner of the eye, bringing it about 1/4 of the way across. And then what I tend to do is just blend it a bit at the edges there, just so there's no kind of, you know, harsh looking lines or anything. It all kind of seamlessly flows together. Just whack myself on the nose with my brush then, did you see that? Gorgeous! So now we're going to turn our attention to underneath our eye. I never really use eyeliner on my waterline inside my eye because I wear contact lenses and I just find that it irritates me. So I keep all of my work to the outer part of the eye. So using a nice angle brush, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker colour. I'm going to go in with the, or am I? Or shall I stick to the cocoa? No, I'm going to go a bit darker. I'm going to use this truffle here. Okay, but I'm going to be quite light and quite sparing with it because I don't want this eye to be too heavy. I want it to be quite a nice daytime look. So I'm just very gently pulling it onto the eye. And then coming under the eye, I'm going to follow that truffle colour with the cocoa colour that we used in our crease, just to bring that look together. That is so gorgeous. And now we're going to play with my favourite thing in the whole world, which is liquid liner. And I use the Better Than Sex from Too Faced. There we go. If you followed my videos for a while, you'll know that I was absolutely a Rimmel Glam Eyes girl when it came to liquid liner. I did a comparison of liquid liners, and I'll pop a link to that one up there. And basically, the Too Faced Better Than Sex just completely won me over. So the trick with this one is you need to shake it, because that releases more product and enables you to work better and pull the liner better over your eye. Now with my liquid liner, I always do the wing. If you can see with that shadow, I push the wing out a bit so I've got a kind of line that I can work with. But I used to bring it right to the corner of my eye, and sometimes I still do if I want that kind of look, that kind of harsh look. But actually what I tend to do now is follow the natural curve of my eye itself. And basically, if you follow the iris, I guess, all the way around, and imagine it's coming out in a spiral, and that's going to be your wing. So that's how I'm going to work today. So if you look just for the beginnings, you can see where my eye is. It's, if you were to draw a spiral, it kind of comes out into the liquid liner. Or do you know what? It's so easy to create a really nice wing with this liquid liner. It just flows with you. Now I'm 44, as I think I mentioned earlier. And as you get older, the skin around your eye gets a bit looser. And so working with liquid liner can actually be quite hard. So it is right to find one that works really well with your skin and the way that you work. And this one I just find works brilliantly for me. And it gives such a beautiful result. Love. So for mascara, as I said earlier, I am using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I think everyone in the world loves this mascara. I actually bought this for my sister for Christmas as well, and she loves it now as well. So Too Faced, look, I'm pushing your products left, right and centre. Endorsement, please, please, please. So I use my mascara on my bottom lashes as well as my top, but I'm very, very light with putting it on the bottom because you don't want it to look too heavy. You don't want to look like a spider, because that's never a good look, is it? And when you're putting your mascara on, guys, always remember, don't do the tips. Don't just do this. You want to work it right down to the root so that you get the best possible coat. And don't forget to do the back of the lashes as well. There we go. That is our left eye done, and it looks so pretty. I knew this palette was going to be great because Too Faced are great. They just really are. I love them. I actually think I remember Too Faced being out about 20 years ago, maybe less. And I remember they were a bit of a budget brand to begin with, I think. They used to have like glasses. I remember having a red nail varnish that had like glasses, Too Faced written across it. I mean, I'm talking years and years ago. It's really good to see how they've sort of like developed into a real luxury brand, and their products are fantastic. Okay, so now we're going to go to the right eye, and I'm going to go for a slightly heavier look. So I'm going to start off with the Warm Rose as my transition colour, which is just there, if you can see. There it is. It's kind of like a lovely dusky pink, and I love a dusky pink. I'm going to take some of that lovely Warm Rose and just work it across for our transition colour. It's actually a tiny bit heavier than I expected to be, but that's okay because we want a slightly more dramatic look for this eye. So for the crease on this eye, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to go for Truffle, this beautiful dark one right here that we used underneath the eye on the left eye. So taking a little bit of that and taking it into our crease. That's really beautiful, that Truffle. It actually reminds me of Embark by MAC, which is another one of my favourite eyeshadows. It just has got such a lovely pigment to it that for brown eye people, and probably for blue eyes as well, it really makes them pop. Now I'm also going to bring that Truffle slightly heavier under the eye as well for a sort of more dramatic evening look. Although, to be honest with you, I don't believe in daytime and evening looks. I'm like, wear what you want, when you want, and be fabulous. Oh my God, I love it. Absolutely love it. What do you think? Nice? Okay, so I'm now going to look at the inner corner of this more dramatic eye, and I'm going in with the sparkling rum because I just think that's going to be gorgeous. I'll tell you what I'm going to do first, actually. Oh gosh, it's really hard to know. They're all so beautiful. I think I'm going to try a little bit of this sparkling light right in the corner as a bit of a highlight. And then I'm going to go across the lid with this sparkling rum because I just love that colour. So again, I use my fingers for this just because it will look divine. I'm just going to pop that right in the corner there, just to pick up the inner corner of the eye. Gosh, that's bright. That's super bright. But I like it. And then again, putting some of the Hangover 3-in-1 from Too Faced on my finger just to get a bit of setting spray on it and to make the sparkling rum colour vibrant. we are going to go in with that and take it across our eyelid. Oh, that is lovely. Love, love, love. It's such a shame to be doing all of this amazing makeup and I have nowhere to go. Now that sparkling rum colour, look at it there, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to use some of that underneath my eye to blend in with the truffle as well, because I think that will look gorgeous. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. This palette is gorgeous, guys. So many lovely, lovely colours. Totally fangirling over it. Okay, so liquid liner now. Liquid liner for the right eye. And I'm going to do a similar effect to what I did with this eye, which is following the kind of natural curve of my iris and taking it out into a beautiful flick. I'm going to go a little bit more dramatic with the flick though. So you can see I'm taking my flick a lot higher, and then I'm literally going to bring the tip of the flick right the way over to join the eyeliner on the lid there. I love it. Two pretty different looks, one slightly lighter look, one more dramatic look, using the same palette. This is the Born This Way palette from Too Faced. Only came out last year, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Me likes a lot. I'm going to plonk some Too Faced Better Than Sex on the right eye now. I really do like this Better Than Sex mascara. It's volumizing, it's lengthening, it stays on and it doesn't clump. Great. So with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, on the left eye, I only put about 2 coats, but on the right eye, I put about 4, just to give it a more dramatic look on the right eye. What do you think, guys? I mean, it's so beautiful. What a great palette. We all love nudes, don't we? So I'm just going to pop some lip gloss on now, and I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss because I don't actually have a Too Faced lip gloss, funnily enough. And this is my favourite Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in Crush. It's really good. It's long lasting. It just doesn't budge. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it with the NARS lip balm in Orgasm. So the reason I've gone over the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick with the NARS lip balm is that the liquid lipstick is sometimes a little bit drying. So if you pop some lip balm on top of it afterwards, it just stops it from drying and eventually throughout the day getting a bit bitty. So guys, this is our finished, mostly Too Faced look for today. We have used the Too Faced Primed and Powerless Primer. We have used the 3-in-1, which is a replenishing primer, setting spray and a revitalizing spray. And I'm going to use it right now again, just to set that final look. Oh, smell the coconut water. We've also used the Too Faced Peach Perfect Foundation, which is a must for any makeup kit. It's fantastic, this foundation. We've also used the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach, which is a beautiful golden peachy blusher. We've used the amazing Born This Way palette from Too Faced. It's just like a giant advert for Too Faced. I promise you, I'm not getting paid. We've also got the Too Faced Pink Diamond highlighter there. Fancy pink diamond. Fancy pink. We've also used Too Faced Better Than Sex eyeliner and mascara. You like? So guys, that's the end of my video for today. I hope you've enjoyed doing my makeup with me and playing with some Too Faced makeup. I always enjoy a good makeup play. If there's anything you want to see me do, guys, please do drop a note in the comments below. And please do subscribe to my channel. It all helps. Every single one of you helps. So keep safe, guys. Let's keep following these rules that we've got to follow and get rid of this pandemic because, quite frankly, it's upset the world far too much already. Stay safe, guys. I'll see you soon.